Today, I am simply just going for a walk in the city. I'm going to walk from one side of District 1 to the other side and see what I see. It's one thing to go see the sights, it's another thing just to go for a walk and explore. I love it. Small businesses abound. Everywhere I go, I smell lunch, I smell pho. Lots of motorbikes, and the motorbike parking is on the sidewalk, so it makes it difficult to kind of navigate some of these sidewalks packed with motorbikes. I haven't had lunch yet, and there's a street food market that is calling my name a little bit. Bowl of deliciousness I just had. Spring rolls, barbecue pork, noodles, vegetables with a sweet lemongrass sauce. That cost me 60,000 dong. That's it. Man, it was delicious. You can eat like a king here. Well, I walked into the American Embassy here in Saigon. I'm not in it, I'm across the street from it. But it looks to be very well guarded. So it's definitely not a place that's like swarmed and crowded like the one in Guangzhou with tons of people. Here it's, you know, pretty much empty, and I was gonna go take a picture and security got right on me and said, nope, do not video the entrance. This is the British Embassy and it's right next to the American Embassy, and security is not quite as high here. In fact, it seems a little bit more pleasant of a neighborhood, to be honest. But yeah, the American Embassy, I mean, it is guarded, and if you look across the street, you have these bunkers, these steel bunkers where they have Vietnamese representatives there. And they're looking straight at all four corners of the American Embassy. It's an odd situation. I'm across the street from the entrance to the Saigon Zoo and Botanical Gardens, and I see this other museum. It looks like an old war museum. According to the internet, it is called the Ho Chi Minh Campaign Museum. And I got some interesting displays. The exterior static displays actually look more interesting than those at the War Remembrance Museum. And there's nobody here. There's a puppy dog sleeping at the entrance, but that's about it. I mean, I'm walking here all alone. Nobody's greeted me. These are just out and about for you to take a look at. Me looks like a wedding hall. It's a wedding in this, surrounded by all these war relics. Very strange. Kind of interesting, yeah. These are in great condition, and looks like later today they're gonna have a wedding. And let's not forget, the coffee is amazing. This is a blended coffee with milk. It tastes like a coffee milkshake. And this was $1.50 at this coffee shop. I'm in heaven, guys. I really am. I love this place. I bought a ticket to the Saigon Zoo and Botanical Garden. 50,000 dong. I'm mostly curious about the gardens themselves. I love a nice walk through a park here. I don't know, there's something different about it. First of all, I need to find a map. I have no idea where I am. But so far, it's very lush, very beautiful. City zoos are usually not the greatest at taking care of their animals. So it'll be interesting to see the animals in this zoo. So they got some signposts. Everything is in English. That's a great thing I've noticed about Saigon. There's so much English here. It's like a second language. It really is. They have North Gate, giraffes, and a rhino. They have a rhino. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Kids playground. Gibbons, elephants. I love animals, and I love zoos. Lake. Oh wow. There are peacocks everywhere, and they're not scared of you. Monkey enclosure, and it looks like something out of the Haunted Mansion. It's very, very old and rusty, and there's nobody here. There are many school children off in that direction there, but I am the only one in this area. The monkeys are so skinny they can climb through the gates, so they'll come out of the enclosure and hang out with you. Okay, here are the elephants, and I can't imagine, because I don't see any space, I can't imagine there's much area for the elephant to roam. It's really cool. I do see a lot of tusks in the decorations of some of these government buildings. Seen a hippo out of the water this close before. Very small enclosure for this giant beast of an animal. This thing is huge. He's the size of a car, and I think my apartment is bigger than his enclosure. Walking around here, it's beautiful grounds, but it's not used very much, and a lot of the enclosures just seem to be decaying. Giant ride that isn't being used. It just feels kind of out of place. Going further, this area is, if you look down, it's closed off with these plants. But I want to get to this exhibit, to where the otters are, see if I can find another way. Has no water in it. Has a little bit. It's stinky. Again, I'm the only one here. There's nobody here. Found the otters are playing in this very small amount of water here. Check it out. This little thing in down here where it's supposed to be under the water so you can watch them swim, but it doesn't look like that's possible. In the park, you have the concrete trails, and then you have these dirt trails that people have made to get different vantage points of the animals. So you can really kind of get lost. Wow. Again, very beautiful animals. It's lovely to get an opportunity to see them up close and to learn about them. These enclosures are very, very small. They're not the worst I've seen. I have seen worse zoos in China. It's definitely not the best either. They've got a white tiger here in an area, again, I think my apartment is bigger than this. Look at this beautiful tiger. This tiger is giant, and she doesn't look very happy. Yeah, she looks like she just wants to get up and walk and run around. She came right up to the glass and looked right at my eyes, and then she mouth hit the glass. Mixed feelings about zoos, you know. For one thing, these animals provide great education opportunity for us to learn and to see. Because most people in their lives will never see these animals. But at the same time, they sacrifice basically their entire lives in order to provide that opportunity for us. This strange area. You can even rent a little cheap-ass boat and go for a little boat ride in the river. It's so eerie because I'm the only one here. So walking through an old zoo still has animals in it. The only people around really are the groundskeepers and the guys feeding the animals. But like I'm in an area and I go off in 4 different directions, and there's animal cages and then there's animal enclosures in all directions. Not a single soul in sight. Some of these closures, look to be empty and abandoned, but you can see here, I don't think these guys get a whole lot of attention. Reptile pavilion, where snakes and lizards and things like this. Such a creepy place to be. Just old and kind of not maintained and overgrown with vegetation. There are creepy crawlies lurking behind every corner. Total maze in here. Much money to get in here. What they should do is maybe find some corporate sponsors. There's a charm to the old style animal enclosures as well. It's kind of romanticized a little bit, but in reality those animals do not look very happy. Part of the park obviously getting redone. Looks like they got like all the demoed children's toys and things like that. Why not? A lot of this just needs to be replaced. A lot of it looks so old. There's so many motorbikes that I'm literally walking amongst them. Then the traffic moves so slow at this time of night that everyone moves together no matter what kind of car you're in, or even if you're solo. I'm walking down this tiny little street to a restaurant that supposedly has the very best banh mi in all of Saigon. I've been told that multiple times, and I looked online and it is pretty good. So let's go find out what all the hubbub is about. There's a little bit of a queue. Not too much of a line. Let's get one. Good. So I got it to go. I'm gonna take it back to the hotel. There's no place to eat it around here. And it's like a cold cut sandwich. Very different. There's no grilled meats in it, but it's got a lot of meat, it looks like. Oh my god, look at all of that.